or everybody can use the things or the words that I'm using in order to actually help themselves label spirits that may be trying to influence you. I want you to really look at it like that, because if you're angry and you're getting to the point where you feel like you want to fight somebody, you feel like you want to slap somebody, even getting to the point of cussing somebody out, you know that that's actually a spirit at work. If you want to get better with your relationships and in your spiritual life, listen up. Now, I'm doing a series. First off, I'm Nance the Favors. Let me put that out there. Y'all may not know me, but I'm doing a series and it's targeting emotions, right? I want to help you expand your emotional vocabulary, right? Because your emotions is a part of your soul. Now, this being a part of your soul, your emotions is one of the things that the devil can use in order to trick you into staying in sin, or not being delivered, or having bad relationships, or just a bunch of different things. All right. It's one of the places where the devil uses a lot of different tactics in order to keep you tripped up or keep you bound. Let me put it that way. Now, um, the purpose of this series is to give you more vocabulary. All right, give you more vocabulary. Now, by giving you more vocabulary, you're able to distinguish between right and wrong. You're able to distinguish between different type of spirits that may be trying to influence you to do different things. Case in point, take the spirit of anger, right, or rage, so to speak, murder. Let's even go to the first. Let's go to murder, right? What precedes murder? An emotion, right? The spirit of anger, or anger. Jesus says, be angry, or let me say, the Bible says, be ye angry and sin not, right? What precedes that rage is anger. Okay. So, and there could be multiple spirits that's in play before you get to murder itself, but let's just start there. So one of the battlegrounds for your situation, and well, for battlegrounds for your spiritual life and in your life altogether, is going to be inside of your emotions. All right. That's one. So this series is strictly to help you extend your vocabulary. Y'all ready? Let's go. All right, so for this series, the framework will be, there's 3 levels to emotions. There's low intensity, medium intensity, and then there's high intensity. High intensity is going to be more so what you say is on the extreme side. All right, so just put that out there. Then, of course, there's categories to words. All right, so I'm going to say the category and then I'll say the word, okay, just so y'all understand. For today, we're going to stick with high intensity. All right, that's, or the level of high when it comes down to words. So the first category we're going to start with is happy. All right, so first word is going to be exuberant. This is in a happy category. It is an adjective that describes someone or something overflowing with extreme energy, joy, and unrestrained enthusiasm. It can also mean growing in extreme abundance or lushness. A probably really good example of this is going to be like more so jumping for joy type of situation, running, clapping, just really just over the top out there, right? It's not a normal level of happy where you're smiling, you're laughing, but this is that, again, that jumping for joy type of crying, happy tears level. Like, it is just, you're over the moon happy. All right, so the next category is going to be sad. Dejected is the word. Dejected means feeling sad, discouraged, or disappointed, often accompanied by a loss of hope or low spirits. How many people have lost hope in a relationship, lost hope in an opportunity that was just life-changing for you, and everything went wrong? This is a feeling that you probably acquaint with or very closely related to the, well, I don't say spirit of depression, but depression itself. All right. This is one of those feelings that can be, that's definitely inside of that category with sad, but dejected is another way of looking at this. I'm not going to say that this is directly depression, but this is a way higher level than just sad. The next category is going to be angry, right? Or anger. So irate is going to be the word we're using for this one. Irate means feeling or showing extreme anger, often to the point of rage. When someone is pulling out a gun, or is ready to fight, so to speak, you can, yeah, you usually can equate this to extreme rage, right, or extreme anger. A lot of times when you're to that point where you actually do fight, not that you're ready to fight, you're not irate yet because you're still in control because you have not actually done the action of shooting someone or harming something or yourself or anything like that. Once you get to the point of you're actually fighting or you're actually pulling the trigger, that is the point of you are enraged, right? So that's another word that you can use in place of I. Next category is going to be afraid, right? Or scared. We can use scared category or the fear category, right? So the word is going to be frantic, right? It is an adjective that describes being in a state of extreme emotion, like worry or fear or panic, or characterized by wild, hurried, and disorganized activity. This is what it basically looks like. So it typically implies feeling almost out of control due to a specific stressor. All right. So, um, you know that person where you gotta kind of slap in order to get them to like come back to their senses because they run around like a chicken with their head cut off, or they're screaming and like they're like shaking, scared. Like you're all right, you wilding right now, you wilding. So that's more of an extreme look into like what fear really looks like. Those are just some ways. So frantic. The category is going to be ashamed. All right. The word is going to be worthless. So, worthless describes something that has no value, importance, or practical use. It typically implies that an object, ideal, or even a person's contribution is unhelpful, cannot be sold, or lacks merit. This is definitely one of those words where a lot of people have felt this. You felt like dying, you felt like crawling up in a ball, you felt like you were of no use. This is one of those feelings that is definitely accompanied with depression, or yeah, it's definitely accompanied with depression or anxiety, low self-esteem. This is one of those words that a lot of people have felt. Most people have felt worthless before, like you mean nothing to anybody. It definitely has been one of those things where everybody has felt, but this is definitely one of those, what you say, extreme situations. Because the reason why this is extreme, because look at it, who is just totally just useless? Nobody, right? So this is why this makes this an extreme feeling, because no one is truly, what you say, just worthless or useless. You may not be good at something, but everybody has a use. So this is why this is considered extreme, because this is very much out of balance and just not true. It is a feeling though. Right, y'all. So that's my first five. I probably said six in the beginning, but I'm gonna correct myself now. That was my five. All right, those are my words. So definitely just keep on the lookout every single week until I'm done with this series. There's so many words that's out there that can help you actually expand your emotional vocabulary. You or everybody can use the things, though the words that I'm using, in order to actually help themselves label spirits that may be trying to influence you. I want you to really look at it like that, because if you're angry and you're getting to the point where you feel like you want to fight somebody, you feel like you want to slap somebody, even getting to the point of cussing somebody out, you know that that's actually a spirit at work. So if you can identify these feelings and the different levels of these feelings, or let's say these categories of feelings, if you can label these, you can actually help yourself stay in control and de-escalate to a controllable or a good level of these emotions. All right. So that you stay out of trouble and you actually manage the opportunity and manage the relationship, manage yourself, manage all of these things, or all of these different things that you can manage a whole lot better. Okay. So I love y'all. Y'all stay blessed. Peace.